All right, well, we've been telling you about this. An American Airlines passenger canceling his flight due to illness and was hit with a $200 cancellation fee. Well, he wrote to American Airlines to request a refund. And guess what? He got it. Let's bring in frequent flyer Alex Hamberger to tell us what happened. Hello, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, it sounds like this ended up to be a happy story in your case. For many others, it's not. But what happened here?
Sure. So basically, I had a trip out to visit some family on a vacation, and a couple days before, I got what essentially was just a crazy cold, and it knocked me out, and so I had to cancel the trip. And when I went to rebook, I called the airline and said, I want to change my ticket. Is there, I know there's supposed to be a fee to change the ticket. Is there any way that you could waive that? And the person on the phone said, well, you can try contacting customer service. And so she suggested I email them, but when I got onto their website, I saw a mailing address and thought, well, I'll send them a letter. That might make a little bit more of an impact. And once I got going, I turned the letter into something a little bit clever and funny, included some photos of the family I was supposed to visit, and lo and behold, I heard back with a really positive response.
Wow. Okay, so how did they refund the money? Did they contact you first and say that they would be doing this, or did you just see the money reappear in your credit card?
So I actually got an email, which was the most shocking part of it all. I sent, the snail mail letter thinking I probably wouldn't hear anything.
Right.
And opened up my email a couple weeks later and had a very personalized, equally witty response from a customer service associate.
So let's show an excerpt of that letter. You started it by saying, quote, "Dear most kind and benevolent American Airlines customer service staff member." Sounds like Kat Timpf writing this letter. "I write to you with the hopes that you may take mercy on me and afford a little sympathy for this flyer who has taken quite ill and had to postpone his trip to see his beloved niece." Kat, that's a happy ending.
Yeah, well, he's a hero. He is a hero because when people go on the plane and they're sick and they're coughing and they're sneezing everywhere, it makes me afraid I'm going to get SARS and that it's coming back and that it's all over. The man's a treasure.
I was seated next to a man on a Delta Airlines flight who had an open staph infection all over his body, all over his legs that was visible, and they let him board the plane, and I actually jumped out of my seat, stopped the plane, didn't let it leave, and made them remove him from the plane.
Good.
The plane was delayed for an hour. The plane was delayed for an hour, but again, to Alex's point, the airlines should encourage people not to fly if they don't feel well.
Right.
And they did this by refunding his money.
Yeah, but I wonder if you're telling the story now, you wonder how many other people are going to say, "I want my refund. I'm not feeling
Next
so
time
well."
I miss my flight.
Always looking at the cloud and the silver lining.
Yeah,
if I miss the flight, I was sick.
I got Delta to do a similar thing for me. I had to cancel the trip, and after some cajoling, they let me rebook and not charge me any late fee. Occasionally, the airlines will help you out.
All right. So, by the way, you signed off Alex Hamberger, frequent flyer, brother, uncle, formerly sick person, currently healthy person, grateful flyer.
Treasure.
Whoa. Add that one to the list.
I'll have to add that.
All right. Well, Alex, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you so much, and I'm actually on the trip right now. I'm coming to you from Kansas City here, so this is very timely.
Well, good. Your lucky niece finally gets to see you. All right, Alex Hamberger, thanks for joining us this morning. A frequent flyer telling us his story.